Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, is just okay. I really don't know what went wrong. It's not entirely that bad. It just suffers from a lot of problems. Um, I'm a big fan. I really like the book it's based off of, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith. And I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna just be honest here. I don't think Seth Grahame-Smith should have written this movie. Now, not in the sense that who else would have written this? I think he should, but I think if he also had someone maybe like John Logan write it as well. Now, why John Logan out of anyone? Because he wrote Sweeney Todd, and that was almost like a satire of itself. I don't know. I think maybe if there was another writer on this, it would be a bit better. But as is, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I think what really went wrong was probably just how they went about it. The execution just didn't go very well. I think this director, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm just going to call him Timur B. I like Wanted, his other film, Wanted. That was just a fun action film. I think probably with Seth Grahame-Smith and Timur B probably realized at one point, maybe they just didn't realize that this was supposed to be fun. I mean, stuff like this is just supposed to be fun. But they took a really sort of serious route with it and made it almost like a semi-horror film. I was really looking forward to it, though, and I am glad I did see it. But it could have been a lot better, I think. Now, it does benefit from a lot of things. Like, I think there's really nice casting. Benjamin Walker, I think, is good. Is really good. He's good as Lincoln. You get the feel that he is Lincoln, especially later on when he's actually, like, president. Dominic Cooper has really appeared a lot in the last little while. You know, he was Howard Stark, he was Marilyn Monroe's, like, agent or bodyguard, and now here he is playing Henry Sturgis, or... Am I pronouncing that right? Let's see, Dominic Cooper. Sturgis, that's it. I always thought it was Sturgis. Now, I'm not going to really compare it to the book too much, but I will make some comparisons. For one, the book was told in a lot of a different sense. There were narrations by... the movie has little bits of narration from bits from Lincoln's journal. See, and the book actually starts off with it actually starts out with Seth Grahame-Smith. He meets Henry Sturgis in a bar, and then Henry Sturgis gives him the diary of Abraham Lincoln. Yes, and vampires are interesting in this sense. Because they gotten so used to sunlight that they're immune to it, and they don't glitter. Thank God. I think this film would have been much better if there was an Edward Cullen cameo. That'd have been hilarious. Or like it was funny because there was a teaser for Breaking Dawn Part 2 at the beginning of this. The 3D works as well. Surprising. Anyways, the story is Abraham Lincoln, as a young lad, his mother is murdered by a vampire. Yeah, not pleasant. Anyways, he seeks revenge, because, well, why not? Killed his mother and all. And what I like this was the thing I really liked about the book, is that Seth Grahame-Smith uses, like, various people that Abraham Lincoln knew in his life to essentially, like, oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? That also sort of are in on this vampire hunter stuff. There's this great scene where he's talking to, Mary Todd, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Okay, I still see her as Ramona from Scott Pilgrim. But, anyways, she's talking with Mary Todd, and he's like, they're on a date, and he's falling asleep. And he's like, oh, what's wrong? You want to know the truth? I hunt vampires. And she's like, ah, okay. How many have you hunted? 5. No, 6. Interesting. Is that what the axe is for? Yes. Of course she doesn't take it seriously. I don't know. I really don't want to compare it to the book, but there were things that the book really got down, like I think this movie just treats sort of, I don't want to say it disrespects Lincoln, but I think it disrespects Lincoln in the book sense. in the novel it's based off of, in the sense that I don't. It seemed like I was. It almost seemed like it wasn't Abraham Lincoln at one point. I mean, when he became president, I really thought, oh yeah, this guy is Abraham Lincoln, and other various bits where yeah, sometimes it is, but for the most part, I didn't get a feel from him, and I met I think I'll do another video on this. I met Chris Knight, who's the main film critic for the National Post. I've been wanting to meet him for a while, and yeah. I hadn't seen the film till today. I met him on a Friday, Saturday now, and he was talking about the film. I hadn't seen it yet, and he gave this point that gave me that essentially he was saying what would have been interesting was to see maybe if it was not so much as Abraham Lincoln. He didn't expect this to be about his entire life, and that's I can kind of see. I can see what he's sort of saying there, saying yes, maybe it shouldn't have been from his entire life, because a large portion of this movie is essentially Lincoln in his essentially when he's in his 20s and 30s hunting vampires. In a lot of very interesting ways he hunts them and kills them and keeps beheading them. Good God. Oh, one thing I should just mention off the top of my head, Benjamin Walker is tall. This guy is 6'3". Good Lord. But he looks like Lincoln. When he has the prosthetics on, yeah. There's a lot of good use of little props here and there, like the silver pocket watch. That was a nice touch. But these vampires are just awesome. Like these are what I think of vampires. But what was another point I was saying? In the sense that I think maybe this would be something maybe also in the book. If this had just focused on before his major political career, that would have been interesting. But you could argue saying it does make for something interesting, like when his later life, like when he actually is president, that the South is primarily vampires and they feed on slaves. I don't know what to say in the sense that there's benefits and bads to having this about his entire life. For one, it drags on. This actually felt long. It's an hour and 45 minutes. Am I reading that right? Hour 45 minutes. This felt like it was a 2.5-hour action film. Also the action. Oh God, the slow motion stuff just looks. It just looks so fake. Is the problem. I mean, you can the ending, the climax where they're on the train and everything's just sort of falling to pieces. You could hardly see what was happening on screen because there was so much smoke and dust and bits of stuff flying everywhere. Yeah, I'm probably rambling all over this point. But I think it wasn't so much as bad, it was just a letdown. Kind of like how people were talking about Prometheus. It was just a letdown, really. Even though I really like Prometheus. But I will be fair in that I did enjoy it. But I just think it could have been better. I don't know. I think it would have benefited if John Logan maybe wrote this. The villain though, he's interesting. He's it's kind of like his name is Adam. He's the leader of the vampires. And his sort of his whole thing is that he wants vampires to have a nation of their own. And this is interesting. I haven't finished reading the book. I have another 20 pages there. But Sturges says to Lincoln, saying he wants to make him immortal. But he says no for obvious reasons, I guess. There was one line I remember in the book that I really wish they put in. It's the line, maybe whoever read the book, it's the line where, I think it's when Henry first meets Lincoln. He's like, some men are too interesting to kill. That was a bit of a running theme in the book, I remember. Is that, and also, that was another thing that was really prevalent in the book, was that Lincoln kept worrying, is Henry gonna turn on me? And there is something like that in the movie, yes, but Not in the sense that I kind of wanted to see it. I mean, you see Henry feeding on a human, yes, but it'd be nice to see some of the nightmares, really. Um, but, I don't know, I mean, who knows? Is there going to be a sequel? Probably not. But knowing Hollywoodland, it's disgusting. Gum under the table. That's disgusting. My own house. Will there be a sequel? No. I don't know. But, I think this may set a trend. If this makes a lot of money, it may set a trend similar to how Alice in Wonderland did. You know, we got Snow White and the Huntsman. You know, Snow White and the Huntsman was better than Alice in Wonderland. What I wouldn't... well, I'm a nerd here. What I wouldn't mind seeing would be like JFK, Richard Nixon, Fidel Castro, zombie slayers. Wait. Yes, I wouldn't mind seeing the Black Ops zombie mode being made into a movie. That'd be fun. Oh, I'm wheezy. But it's okay at best. There could have just, it's all really, oh yeah, that's another thing I really didn't like. The editing is all over the place. And you can really, and sometimes it's really obvious when it's like, oh, now they're on like a soundstage. Now there's green screen. Like the bit where he cuts down the tree. It's like, really, it's just, I don't know. But they also, oh yeah, one thing, they also changed Henry Sturge's character a bit, saying that he was once human and got turned into a vampire. Well, that's also interesting. Vampires can't kill each other. I don't know. Well, that raises a lot of questions. That's the thing. We don't really get to know vampires in the depth that I kind of want to do. This is also kind of the same in the book. The montage scene was really well done. Well, it's been about 12 minutes, and I'm kind of rambling. So overall, I think it could have been great, but it wasn't really just... I don't know, I really don't know what to say. It just could have been a lot better, I think. But it's okay nonetheless. If you want to just have a bit of fun with it, yeah, sure. But actually, it has fun with itself, but not really in the sense that I wanted to see it. Like, this could have been like a great satire if it was done like really well. And maybe I can kind of blame, I don't know, Tim Burton was a producer on here. I don't know if it's his fault. I don't know if part of it's his fault, but I don't know. It's okay at best, but you will get a kick out of it, and it is well casted. That's a way to end a review. All in all, I give it 7 out of 10. It's good. My friends had fun with it. But yes, I think it could have been a lot better executed, I guess. That's all I have to say, and, are you a patriot or a vampire? I don't know. See you later.